Hey, everybody. Welcome to the second edition of the Collector Sector. Of course, I am super stoked for you to be here. I appreciate you all for stopping in, and I hope you're having an amazing day. I am super happy to bring on our next guest. We had the opportunity to chat for a few minutes prior to this show. Super nice guy. I can't wait to pick his brain more about some of his interests and, of course, some of the projects he has on the go. And, of course, if you have any questions at all throughout this stream, feel free to drop them into the comment section. I will pop them up for our guests. We will get as many questions out as we can during our session this evening. And again, once again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Your support is truly, truly appreciated. Of course, it should make things go on a lot longer than anticipated down the road. So thank you for that. Hello, Thanos Copter. Nice to see you. Of course, always popping into people's chats as we always see. Thank you so much for being here. All right, guys. Well, we might as well get to it. We're here doing it, right? So we are going to bring on our friends at Raven's Eye Studio 21 on Instagram. Of course, Donald is his name too. I will see what he prefers to go by. But of course, let's see what our friend's up to. Heyo.
Hello.
How are we doing back there?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Awesome. So, guys, I don't know if you've all seen any of Donald's work. Do you mind if I call you Donald? It's just
That's
easier
fine.
than saying the Raven's Eye all the time.
Yeah, that was a long ass name. That might have been
It
better.
is sometimes. My name's Mandy. Anyone can call me anytime. Or Cushy works too, but we'll do that. But cool beans. So we were talking backstage. Of course, I've been following you for almost a year now, maybe slightly less. I can't really track. Like time flies on Instagram or on social media in general, right? But mostly I see that you are toy photography.
Yes.
It started off toy photography. Of course, we're branching off, and I see that we're doing some custom builds at home, and we're trying our hand at dioramas, of course. And you're sharing the process along the way, which is super amazing because it's helping people like myself who are new to diorama building have a little bit more confidence and be able to reach out to people. So, tell me what brought you to the realm of Instagram and toy photography, and then maybe you can lead us down to dios. Right?
Well, I did the military thing, and then I got out, and then just kind of trying to find a way to do something to keep my time busy and kind of interact with my kids at the same time. And I used to collect a lot of toys when I was a kid, Aliens versus Predators, sci-fi stuff. And during my moves, all that stuff got lost. So I was like, well, kids like toys. I like toys. So I started taking their toys and using them. And I kind of started watching Sir Dork and a few other toy photographers. And they, kind of pushed me in, hey, let me try this. So I jumped on a used camera site, got a used camera, got some lenses, started playing my kids' toys, started having them come in and say, hey, what's this look like? How's this look? What would you do? And they would give me ideas. I take those ideas, I put them on, take a picture of them, edit them. And then that was about it. Then I saw Instagram. Everybody started talking about, hey, do Instagram. So I was like, sure, why not? I wasn't really big in social media anyways. But hey, Thanos.
Sending some love to you from the group. That's yourself.
Yeah, so I jumped on there. I started putting pictures out, and the original pictures. Hey, buddy, you want to say hi? My little one.
That's okay. We like kids. I have a little one at home too. No worries. But hello, friend. But all good.
So I started putting out, and they were. I was looking at it with a couple friends a couple days ago, looking at when I first started to where I'm at now, and it kind of blew my mind that I've learned so much from this community, and people giving me hits and tips and looking at videos and just seeing people's work that's kind of enhanced how I do things, and it's made my stuff popular. Kids love it, and they still help me go through and set up pictures. And that's basically it. I just started getting into it, and once I found that I could get into it, and the kids and me had fun with it, it became it became a hobby again. I started collecting more figures for myself. the NECA figures, the Turtle, especially the Turtle Universal figures. Just start getting GI Joe figures. Super 7, the McFarlanes. McFarlanes were the real first ones I started collecting, just because they were at a price point that I could afford.
Yep, for sure.
And then Star Wars has always been my big thing. And then Funko. My kids start buying me the little Funko figures, and well, those I kind of got onto those.
Yeah, it spirals. I got them tattooed on me. That's how I know it. That's how bad it spirals out of control. So
yeah,
I totally understand that.
But then I got introduced to Mythic Legions, and
I know.
Yeah.
That's a rabbit hole for sure, my friend.
Yeah. You too, buddy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So with the photography, like I see a lot of your work now because obviously we're in the same kind of groups and we know like we associate with the same kind of people. Sorry, that sounds not the same kind of people. We all the same kind of people, just so you know. Okay, don't take that. And I've seen the progression too, right? And that's what I love. Like those people that you are getting those hints from, you're taking those tips. They're very willing to help people. Like they're not like ones like, no, I'm not going to give you, which is very nice. Like they are, always there to try to have your back. Like, hey, here's a little bit of critique, and that's what I like about them.
Yeah.
Or they're just really nice people in that community, right? Yeah. And that's what I love about the toy communities. There's not very many people within that realm who I have, been like, oh no, I can't, right? With you, right? Yeah, they definitely all seem to be pretty, welcoming and ready and willing to help and give you some kind of advice, which is beautiful, right? So my favorite community to be in on the Instagram community. Yes. Because everyone is pretty much the same, right? We just want to take pictures of our toys. Right? Play with our toys, take pictures, and share, right?
Definitely. Share our love of the little plastic objects that
that's basically it. So with toys, do you find that when you're doing photos, do you plan them in advance, or are you like, hey, spur of the moment kind of, I think this would be a great idea, or a little bit of both, maybe?
Sometimes in the beginning, it was just, hey, I've got these. Let's see what happens. Mm-hmm. Or the kids will come up and say, hey, do this with these.
Okay.
Now I've kind of, like with the challenges and things like that, I've kind of said, okay, let's see what I've got. I want to do this, this, and this. And now I've kind of started planning things.
Okay.
What's up, Toy Addict? And then I just recently, like with the last dial build, and seeing everybody's Mandalorian pics, and I'm starting to get into the lost tribe of the Predators.
Okay.
I want to get all of those.
That would be nice.
I've got it popped in my head that I want to do a Predator Mandalorian war.
Okay. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Me and my friends were talking at work about, now Disney owns them. Who says the Predators weren't the first Mandalorian?
That's it.
So it popped in my head, and I was like, I think I want to make a story about this. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, for sure, right?
So the other ones, most of the time, though, it's like, hey, I want to do something with that toy and that toy. Let's go. It's just, I have an idea and let's go.
I wish. I ask everybody in the toy community that I speak to, like, how, because for me, I'm pretty good if I see someone and I can spin off ideas. For example, with Unworthy collabs, like Unworthy, for one, like sometimes he'll be like, here's the master class today. This is what you're doing. I'm like, okay, well, this is, for example, the luck of the draw 2 that we all just did. For me, it was like Lucky Charms. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, how can I turn any toy? So I was like, oh, that's it. Lucky Charms cereal on with Deadpool, and the ladies are always after his Lucky Charms, right? So that was as creative as I could get. Right?
That was good. That was really good.
Which is, thank you. I appreciate it. But I was just like, I want to be able to enhance my skills to do things like some of the photo editing they do and the lighting and stuff. So, and I think it's amazing. And like, you have some really good techniques with that stuff. I suck at that stuff. I am more of a post edit. Like Photoshop, I can do some stuff as opposed to fixing it, and like I have no patience, right?
Yeah.
Right? Is
Oh,
what
that
it
takes
is.
a lot. That takes a
Yeah.
lot of patience to edit
Right.
it.
So I commend anyone who can just, sit there on the spot and like, I got this, but can also sit there and plan it out because I'm like, I can't do either or. Right. So good for you. Right. Like I tried my dangest. Right. So what do we got? Luck of the draw was awesome. Can't wait for the next. Yeah. I definitely love some of the collabs and like, I love when it gets my juices flowing. I'm sure it you're like, okay, this is the theme we're going with. Let's see what we can run with. The nice thing about this community is they don't specify what figures you have to use, which is nice. So
Yeah.
if one day you think I'm going to take an amazing photo with a Funko, and then the next week you want to do a NECA, they're not going to be like, no, 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 right? So
Yeah.
that's
No, you can't do that.
no, you can't. You can do whatever you want with your toys. They're your toys, your camera, post
Yeah.
away, right? So no, I love that. Now with your kids help a lot. Do you find that sometimes you just let them take the photos? I know I've let my son take a photo and I've posted
Yeah.
it, and I'm like, haha.
My littlest one, he's working on his skills to
Okay.
behind the camera. But he's still real shaky. But I let him. I let him go. I go, hey, do it. Just do
That's
it.
how they
Go
learn.
ahead.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
they're going to
So
learn, right?
he's sitting
So,
in there. He'll click, 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 click for like 5 minutes, and then he's off.
yep.
So
No, that's what they
it's
do,
like, oh,
right? That's
okay.
right.
But
No, that's what we ended up doing.
my oldest, he's more into he likes taking the toy photos, but he is really getting big into doing like nature shoots and people shoots and portraits.
Okay. Yep.
And he's naturally good at it. I'm looking at his work. I'm like, man, you didn't get that from me
Right.
because you're just like,
No, wait.
on it. But
No, that's good though.
yeah. So I mean, me and him throw ideas back and forth. He, those ideas at me. I help him out with his, and and again, this whole photo thing came together as I wanted to bring me and the kids closer, and it just worked out. It worked out that they all have a knack for wanting to do this with me. So
No, it's great
bonus.
though. It's so great. Like my son's 6, or he's about to be 6, but it's the one thing that we can actually bond over, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
he's all about Roblox and like game, and I'm like, I don't know what Roblox
Yeah.
is, and I don't know what Minecraft is, and like I'm playing with my toys. I'm not playing these games, right?
Yeah, it's like, you
Right?
take a
So
video game. Yeah.
right, but when it comes to bringing out a camera and he sees me setting it up, it's like, ooh, I want to be there. So it's very
Yeah.
nice bonding thing, and it's a transferable skill in the future,
Oh yeah,
right? So
definitely.
that's the thing, right? Like they may never use it, but at least they have that knowledge and be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
back when I did this, I know we were doing it with like those we had. I don't even want to say it, but we had the dark room still, and we had to do right. Like we were doing that in school, and those throwaway cameras and the 35s, and right. So I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you guys got digital.
I spent plenty of hours in a dark room when I was in high
Yeah,
school.
right. No,
Lots
and
of time. Yeah.
so it's much nicer now and a much easier thing to bond over, which is
So
beautiful.
much.
So, so with the toys, obviously in the photography, you're building your dioramas. You are
Mm-hmm.
on your second one now, from what I
Yes.
remember. The first one, and you'll have to forgive me, and we'll pop it up. I'll get some
Yeah.
photos up here. But I remember it was like the dark scenery, like a tree forest scenery type
Yep.
thing. What's your second one once you're done? It's going to be like you're building an ultimate, like what is the second one going to end up being?
So the second one just got done a few days ago.
Okay.
And it was what inspired me was a contest for the Savage Crucible figures that are coming out.
That's correct. I remember that.
It was you had to build a scene that you think the Lemurians would be in. So I was like, well, warrior lizards. It's a cave. It's a mountain-sized side cave.
Yeah.
My oldest said, hey, well, look at this guy. He's got like lava rock armor on. So you have to put a lava pool in there. I'm like, okay, you're pushing my limit on skill, but let's go.
Try it out.
And yeah, it's a 36-inch by 18-inch dio, so it's huge.
It looks pretty big.
And,
there's a picture of it on the screen of
yeah.
the one that we're speaking of right now. It looks huge. Right?
Yeah.
So good for you.
And I thought that thing was going to take me like a month to build. and I was like worried about it because I only had till the 26th to get together and get pictures and put it in.
Of
But
course.
once I started working on it, I mean, there's pictures of it when it was just the two, slabs of wood.
Yep.
And once I start working on it, I would work on it, you know, a couple hours here and there every day, letting the paint dry, letting clay dry, and trying to get everything put together. And then listening to everybody's advice saying, hey, you might want to try this or you might want to try that. I would try to incorporate that, especially with like painting the background and adding color and adding rocks and things in it to kind of make it pop and give it more depth. So I'm taking this in, and the more I'm taking in, the more I'm like really getting into it. So like 2 hours a night would become 3 hours. The
Yep.
weekends would turn into 6 hour sessions. And the diorama is something I never thought I would get into because I don't see myself as very artistic, outside of, maybe taking pictures behind the lens.
Yep.
Which I started getting good at, because, going back, what really pushed me in the direction to doing Instagram and doing the pictures and getting better was actually one of Unworthy's collabs. It was the Halloween one.
Okay. Yep.
That's where I really started saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get down. I'm going to get these toys, and I'm going to start putting stuff out there and seeing where I can go with it. So Unworthy gave me my start by pushing my boundaries and pushing me to think about my creations before just snapping stuff and whatever. And then learning out how to do the lighting, how to do posing, and it just kind of building block together up to these dioramas. The diorama thing was like, I can't really find a diorama that I want or that I can afford.
Yeah.
What's the next step? I'm just going to buy this stuff and make it on my own. So I start with that first one, which is only a 12 by 12. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be a 3-part set. Well, I got the first one done, said, okay, I'm going to start the second one. And that's when the Savage Crucible contest came out. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that one. And I was like, I'll do a little one. Then saw the prizes. I'm like, no, I got to do a big one because I want that Wave 1 set. So I bought the foundations for it and just started going.
And it's so fun though, right? Like it's fun once you get it.
I love it. The only thing I don't love about building dioramas is it takes away from my picture time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't say much because I haven't been as big in the photos as you guys are. Like you guys typically have one every day. I used to. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm slacking in the community. I'm so sorry, people. I still love you all the same. I'm just a slacker. But I can't. Like I built the diorama and I was like, oh, I want it, and then I never took the photos. I never ever used it. So good for you for actually using it, right? Like, like I said, I have my partner uses them more than I do, but I'm just like, whatever. So good for you to keep at it, especially that big one, right? Like I can't wait, like to see what else you're gonna do because I was excited for that big one. I was like, how did he build that when I first saw it, right? And I was just like, is that on wood? And right, so I'm glad we talked backstage and kind of picked your brain a little bit on that. Do you have plans for any other ones?
Yes, I want to do it. My next one, I saw somebody build a cove, like a beach cove.
Okay, yeah.
But it was a small one.
Okay.
My next one, I want to be 1/12 scale. So it's probably going to be another big one.
Yep.
And that's, I'm going to try, like we talked about, it's probably going to be the first project that I'm going to attempt to use foam on.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because the way he carved the foam and made the rock and the whole beachfront, and then using epoxy to build the waves and the water up. Again, 2 things I haven't worked with yet. Why not?
Of course, that's how you learn.
I can do. So eventually, I'm going to have to build a bigger garage so I have wall space for all these big dioramas that I'm building and I'm thinking about the future with. So
of course, right? But, yeah, that's me. I make smaller ones because I can take them apart and put them in a bin and be done. I have like a bin full of just diorama pieces that go in backdrops, right? So good for you and having that, right? Like that's gonna be fun, right? I can't wait to see what else you build. Like I'm not brave enough to do what you did in there. Like I
Mhm.
literally just did like I did the plaster, right? Like that's
Yeah.
fairly easy to do with like newspaper and stuff.
Yeah.
But like to do something so big in scale, like I don't think for me, I think it would drive my OCD insane, right? Because I'm like, oh, this is not right. I gotta do this, and right. So
Oh, I
it's
had my
so
moments.
big.
I had my moments. There were so many times I was picking at it, saying, "What can I do? What's wrong with this?
Yeah.
How can I make this look better?" Da, 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 da. And it kind of snowballed to the point where I was like, "It's done," because my kids would come in and say, "What are you doing? It's
Yeah,
done.
what now?
Leave it alone." So
And while you're building, I bet because if you're anything like me, even when I'm sketching my art, I'm always like, I'll start doing it. I get so in, I'm like, oh, I got to go out right now and buy more stuff for it. Like right this second, like I
yes,
can't wait. I don't care. Like it's 9:30 at night. Michael's is probably closed, but we're going, right?
yeah, yeah. There was many
Yeah.
Sundays I forgot that our Hobby Lobby was closed, and I'd
Oh,
go there. I'd show up and Sunday.
you're like,
Damn it!
dang it.
So I had to turn around, and show back up Monday.
Yeah, and that's all you could do, right?
Yeah.
Now, do your kids have any interest in participating in diorama building? Do you think
Um,
that's something they might pop into too?
my middle one does.
Yeah.
He's very
Yep.
very smart, very technically minded.
Intuitive and
Yeah. So um, I'll probably let him help me with my next one.
mhm.
Once I get I guess the hot knife, the wire knife,
Yep. Yeah.
whatever.
I don't know what they're.
Uh,
I'm like that thing that does that thing that does
yeah,
that. The
that
doohickey.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Because I guess that's the best way to cut the foam
hmm
from what I've seen and what I gathered, and just the way the guy was doing it, bending the wire so that you just go straight down and pull out, and you
hmm
got your rock face. It's already full of crags and crevices,
Yeah, it's just
already
doing it
done.
all for you there. No, that's
It's
going to be
fast.
interesting to see, right? So I don't
Yeah.
follow anything. So I'm like, it's good when people research stuff. Obviously, I just see something like I'm going to attempt it without looking into it at all.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'm not right. I'm like, oh well, I could do that. And if not, I'm like, oh shit, you screwed it up. Right? I'll try the next time, right? That's
It's
why I like that.
rubble.
Those big boards of foam, those like 6 feet board. You got 6 feet to screw up with.
Oh
Right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the nice thing about the foam as opposed to working with the plaster and stuff, right? So you screw up, you can kind of start over again. No, that's cool. That's cool. Any cool pickups you're excited for? Because I see your page is all over with the photography for like Mythic Legions, which is awesome. I
Yeah.
only have 4, so I need way more myself.
I've only
Um,
got 3 right now,
yeah.
and
What do you
then
got?
I've got the unknown one,
Okay.
and the I can never remember his name.
That's okay. I can't
It's the
remember.
skeleton Trojan one that the
Oh,
ones they just released.
yeah, honestly, there's so many. I'm like, are they cosmics? Are they mythics? I'm like, I just want that one here today,
Yeah,
right?
and then I
But
got
okay,
my first skeleton builder from Detours Customs.
okay.
He sent me one. That one, between him and Blitz, yeah, I was down that rabbit hole head first, ready to go. And when they announced the Necrominus
Yep,
line, there's
you're all over it.
there was three specific ones. I was like, yes, I will have those because they fit perfectly. It was the Harvester,
Okay.
Bailiff, the Animal Master,
Yep.
and then the I think it's the Tripaculi.
Yeah, I don't know all of their. I'm not gonna
It's
lie
the big
to
skeleton. It's the
you.
big skeleton one.
Okay. Yeah.
So I saw those 3. I'm like, yes, I can. Those
Yeah.
would be consistent pictures every time. I could come up with so much stuff with those.
See, I want more. I have red Krampus, so
Yes.
that's cool. The one of the green ogres, like the big green
Yep.
guy from
Yep.
like one of the original ones, and Stinkor and the Motu ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a couple Motu ones. Moss Man, I think it's Stinkor and Moss Man. Um, so I never see them in Canada. Like I've never seen one in a store. Oh, I've never
It's his
seen one in a
bedtime.
store. Yeah, no worries. I've never seen one in a store. So usually I see someone like post it, I'll go grab one. So like
Yeah.
half of them I don't even know because I've never even seen them before. Right? Unless I'm online, right? They don't have like a retailer here in Canada that you can
Yeah,
just go to, right? So I don't know, is it like that in the States? Do they have retailers that sell them, or do you have to order them online out there?
I've heard there's retailers. I mean, I've seen pictures of retailers having them in store.
Mhm.
Nothing where I'm at because I'm in a little small town in Georgia. What's up, no chewing?
Yeah, hello, no
And then
chewing. Hello,
and then
everybody.
yeah, most of the stuff I see online, or I try to get my local store tossing toys. I
Okay.
try to get a Green Geek. Try to get them to order me some. If there's one I specifically want, I'm like, hey, you got to be able to get me this. And
And they do the thing.
they're usually pretty good about getting it. So they're the ones that have my pre-orders for the Necrominus. And I kind of jumped the gun on that one. Said, here, take my money. Here you go. When do they come out? Next year.
Yep, I know. That's why I can't ever pre-order stuff because my heart breaks when they're like, 2024. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. You're kidding, right? No.
I don't want it then. I want it now, right? So I'm
But
not big on pre-ordering, but those Mythic Legions, I know you have to sometimes, right? Like I
yeah,
watch some of the cons that people go to in the
quick.
States, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like just the amount of stuff. And yeah, it is a rabbit hole I want to explore further myself. But I definitely need to find some of these other skeleton warrior looking ones
Yeah.
and stuff because those I think are my favorite
I
of
love
the
that
look.
skeleton builder. I
Yeah,
love it.
so I think they're my favorite, but I haven't seen any here. So sadly,
Yeah.
I might never see them or right, but there's always McFarlane toys. I can always go collect more McFarlane toys.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Right, but
Um,
no, that's cool. I love that you guys have a little more accessibility out there, right? Because it's an
yeah.
American company, Mythic Legions, correct? Like
Yes, I
yeah,
believe so.
so
Yeah.
I'd imagine you have a little more reach out there than right? So no, that's
But,
cool.
and then the Savage Crucible, definitely excited about that. Um, that one I think will just pair well with the Mythic Legions and the stories I have in my mind for those ones. Then my Funkos, my Cocaine Bear Funko.
Oh gosh, I just
Super
heard about
excited
this
about that
story.
one. Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
what is this cocaine bear story?
Well, that
I had
happened
no
here in
idea.
Georgia. I
I,
didn't know about it either. I saw
really?
the movie and me and the kids decided to look it up. We're like, that's like
This
right down
actually,
the road.
right. And that's amazing. No, I had no idea that this,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden this Funko pops. I'm like, what's happening here? Right? So, I was like, I know they're
It's,
making obscure people, but like, what is this bear? Like,
but
very cool story.
the bear looks good. And it's even though it's
Yeah.
a Funko,
Yeah.
a lot of things I can do with that bear.
Oh, for sure.
Especially
I've
with it
seen
being
that.
a Funko. Oh,
Yeah, I saw the photo that they posted of it, like when they announced it. It's
yeah.
not about like I had no idea what it is, so I was just like, well, that's just silly. And then I heard the story. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like that's kind of fun. I've never seen the movie, but like I was just like, what's the legit story behind this, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I want to know, right? Right. And then I heard it, I was like, well, that's terrifying, but yet what? Right?
I
So,
know it's amazing how they took something that lasted probably 2 hours,
yeah,
had nothing in the movie actually
yeah,
happen besides the cocaine falling from the ground and a
yeah.
bear eating it
Isn't that
into this big Hollywood production with a
That's
bear
wild.
going
It's
rampage.
wild. But you
Yeah.
know what? To each their own. And
Oh,
if fans want to watch it, that's cool. And if they can make money off of it, even better, right?
oh, it's right up my alley though. B horror movies, love them. I've
So it was
always
more on
loved
like
them.
a horror type movie side of it then?
It's like a Jaws,
Okay,
animal
gotcha.
creature
Yeah,
feature.
Cujo kind of like
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
set. So not I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah.
yeah. So going into this is going to be a really
Something's
outlandish
happening.
movie.
Yeah, it's by the name of it's just ridiculous.
Yes. Yes. So, but I mean,
It's
it just the Funko Pop and the figure itself. Just when I saw it, I'm like, yes, I could do a lot with this thing,
oh for sure.
and I think that's one of the main motivations. I'm not like one of the guys that collect because they collect the figures to display them.
To yeah.
My priority is photos, and except for the Mythic Legions, I'll collect those all day and display them. But they
Well, good night. See you
Have a
later.
night,
Thanks for
Croc.
joining in, Croc.
But
Sorry.
um, a, a lot of my motivation is what can I do with these characters? And in the beginning, I was buying characters just because, and I was like, I can't really do anything. So I traded them in for stuff that I know I can use.
Yep.
So that's my main collection has grown just because I
Your
see,
taste changed.
I
Yeah.
see that figure. I say he can work with this, or this, or she can work with this, and this, and I can just go forever with those figures. And that's what a lot of my collection is, built upon. And well, I collect the stuff I like now and can use.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
No, I understand where you're coming from because I solely was collecting Funko Pops at the beginning of my toy collecting, where I branched out. Like I even got them tattooed. That's how obsessed I was with these things. But then I was doing the photography, and like I said, sometimes you get amazing photos, and sometimes you get those like they're very stationary items. So you're just like, what can you do? So that was me to the
yeah,
T, where I was just like, I'm so tired of not being able to do anything with these Funkos. Then I started buying, McFarlane or,
yeah,
the Marvel and all that. And just having that, ability to move more, that's where I was like, okay, I can do this, right? But it's the creativity side for me. So,
yeah.
but I understand. Like, so if you're able to just go in the store, like, ooh, I can do this with that, like that's impressive, dude. I
Thank
can't.
you.
I'm just like, ooh, I get it out of the box. Do I open it this week or next week, or does it stay in the box? Do we resell it? Like this is me in a nutshell. Just I have a lot of toys that I buy that just sit in the box on the floor because I'm like, why you got it, you wanted it, but you haven't used it yet. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's glad to see people just buy them and put them to use, right?
Well,
So
I've still got like some of my figures I bought, like the one I showed you, the Baxter Stockman.
yep, yep.
He's been sitting in his box for for months,
And now boom.
just because I was like, I need this character to get this picture done.
Yep.
And then once I took him out of the box, I'm like, what was I thinking? I could do this with him. I could do this with him, and it's you know. Once I get the figure out of the box and start playing with them and figuring out, and then the kids come in and say, "Oh, what's that?" and they start playing with them, then
Fine.
it's like the juices start
Yeah,
flowing. It's like,
no, for sure.
right, I could do this, I could do that, and it just blows up from there. And then I get overwhelmed, like, oh, I've got so much shit I got to do. I've had so many pictures I got to take now, but I've got to build this dio.
Yep.
But I got to do this, and then yeah. So I got to kind of reel it back in, stay focused, and then
One at a time.
that's why I like these challenges, because then it's like, this is your goal.
Theme. Yep, your theme,
Got it.
stick to it.
Let's go.
For sure, right? No, they're good. They like even me, I don't participate in too many, but the ones I do, it's like my favorite are obviously like toy addicts are easy. So with your black and green and stuff, and I love it. They're not easy per se. Like you can really just take a picture you haven't used that you think's good and just turn it black and white, right? And
Yeah,
sometimes that's all it is you have something that you think's a dud, but you can just change something like that and it
yeah,
makes an awesome photo, right? So no, I don't participate in them a lot, but I do find I've gained a lot from those groups, even just watching
yeah,
them from the sidelines, right? So Unworthy, Blitz, Greens up in there, like all of them, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I follow them all too. They all send out amazing photos, and like every single one of you, and I shit you not, like I just like I wish I had that. And I'm right because I photographed humans to start, not
yeah,
toys, right? So now it's trying to get the skill to get there and have the patience, right?
yeah,
Right. So kudos to all of you guys out there that are killing it with these awesome shots and having the patience to come up with how you're going to pull these shots off. I appreciate you. And yeah, no, it blows my mind every time. I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I don't know. And you guys do it every day. This is what blows my mind even more. It's like almost every day, right? You
yeah.
guys are posting photos. So it's like, are you taking photos every day or are you doing like a batch here, batch there, and then working? Or are you just kind of wing it?
It kind of depends. There's some like last month for Toy Addicts, black and white with a little bit of red. I did a batch thing of that.
Yeah.
I took one weekend, 6 hours,
Let's go.
boom, 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 boom. Took about 20 pictures.
Yep.
Then when I look at it, I'm like, I don't like that one good enough. So I would end up just taking a different picture and putting that one in. and then the other ones would just kind of sit off to the side.
And you kind of work with it somewhere down the road,
Yeah,
maybe,
somewhere
right?
down the line, it'll get put out there eventually. But it's I when I started doing the whole batch thing, it felt not as authentic, I guess. So now I look at the challenge like, okay, I need to start planning something in my head for that. And then the planning phase goes straight from planning to that one, let's go. And it's put together and put it out there. So it's not I don't take pictures every day, but I try to take pictures at least every other day. And
Gotcha.
then weekends, if me and the kids aren't doing anything,
that's what you're doing.
If they're off their friends or they're playing their games, I'm in my garage for like 6-7 hours, just click, 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 click.
Going.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite style to shoot then? Like, do you like, I see you do a lot of mixture of like the dark stuff.
Yeah.
So like the horror stuff as well. You got some wrestling figs that are in there. Like it wasn't wrestling. I think it was Mortal Kombat. I saw like Harley Quinn or something like that. Briefly. I can't remember the figures.
It was the wrestling ones.
Wrestling. She looked like Harley Quinn. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got her. It's Alexa Bliss or Alexa
okay, yep.
Bliss.
Yep. See, I didn't know. I couldn't tell by like the figure. I was like, is it a Harley Quinn, just a custom? But like the way the photo was, right? I don't collect a lot of female wrestler dolls, so I don't know.
Well, and it was for a unworthy challenge again.
Okay.
I was like, I need
making you spend your money.
Wrestling figures.
Yeah, that unworthy is costing you some money by the sounds of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Worth it.
Money,
yeah. Worth it, though.
Think he's gonna have to send you a couple of dollars to support these.
He's hooked me up plenty of times.
No,
he's a vast.
Yeah, he is the man. He is actually. I actually sent him a Christmas card this year. That's how much I appreciate him. So I know all the way from Canada. I sent him and his family a Christmas card. So
he was so knowledgeable, and
yeah,
all those guys with Lazy Boys, Blitz, Green,
they're so fun. Not Blitz so much. I don't know about that Blitz though. Not Blitz. So watch out for that one. But no, Blitz is good. No, they're all good. I think every interaction I've ever had with them, even if it's just a small conversation in passing, they're so nice. Like they don't care about whatever is going on right. They care about what we're here for.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I appreciate them.
Toy Addict has been a huge supporter. I love that guy.
Yeah. No, he's
totally awesome.
Yeah. He'd be shocked. His twin was at my gym last night, and I didn't take a picture of him. Yeah, no, he turned around and looked at me last night. And I was like, I just want to snap this picture so dang bad, but I can't. Right? So I said I might invite him to his show next week. So who knows? No, they're all great. Toy Addict, super supportive. They all are, right? Yeah. Like even if you don't talk to them a lot, like once in a while I talk to Blitz, and like because he always puts those comments on his little note section. I'm like, you say you photograph everything, but I want to see a photo of a blue nickel. And what does Blitz do? He takes a picture of a blue nickel and or finds a picture and messes with it. That's what I like about them. Like they don't care, right? Like they're just here to have fun. And you see it even in their shows that they do and their interactions within each other, talking to each other. But yeah, no, they've all been decent people. Like I've not had one person in that batch that I'm just like, I don't like you today. That's everyday people.
Nice today.
Right? No, we're good. They're good. I found because I was being drug into like the toy photography, it's what made me open up more on Instagram myself. Prior to like, I was doing stuff with like hardcore plastic, and I was doing groups with them and stuff and do like scary stuff, horror collabs and stuff. That's what really made me take to Instagram a lot more. So like, I find that a lot of people who are doing like toy photography, Instagram is where they got taken in. Like they got sucked in from Instagram, right?
Yeah.
It's so nice, the community. So, no, good people all around.
It's good. And then a group I'm working with, Global Defenders of Plastic.
Okay.
I got invited to kind of be a part of their group by Vectus Shots.
Awesome.
That guy is so awesome. Me and him have talked a lot, and he is great. He's probably one of my favorite guys to work with. And then Juan to I don't want to mess up his name.
No.
On to Photos.
Yeah, I won't tell them if you don't tell them.
No, He's good. There were so many people I could name. I could just knock out a list of them, but everybody that's like been following me and I interact with, I have never. I don't think I've ever had a single, bad thing to say about any of them. They
No.
have just been so supportive, so fantastic, just beautiful human beings all around. And during my military time, I met some foul people.
Mhm.
I met some good people, and it's refreshing to be all of a sudden be in a community where it's something I want to do every day. I want to be there. I want to interact with these people. I want to, eventually sometime meet these people or, hang out with them, do this stuff. I love this.
For sure.
I have always been shy and never liked camera. So it's kind of, the impression that I've gotten from the community has just made it so much, like you say, it's so much easier to open up and just talk and be, open with people and, have this, long distance, whatever relationship with all these people everywhere around the world.
And strangers too. That's the crazy stranger. That's why I tell everybody, I'm like, isn't it weird that you can have better bonds with strangers than you do the people that are right next door to you? Right. Yeah. So all because of the same hobby and love. And it's literally just around toys for the most part.
Yeah.
Right?
And,
so
and it's and I've got caught my ration of crap from people. Oh, you play with toys all day? I go, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I don't know. I never get any kind of I don't get any of that.
Algorithm, yes.
Yeah, support over algorithm. Yeah, no, you get it, and that's why I don't personally like when it comes to the toy photography. I was telling like Blitz, for example, I was having a conversation with him the other day, and I just said, you know what? One thing I do is I turn off all the likes on all my posts because that way, if something bombs, I'm not like, oh. You know what I mean? Like I'm not disheartened to not continue on. But if something gets like 1,000 likes, I'm not going to know either way, right? Because I've hidden it so that I can't even see it. And I find for me, it was just easier that way, right? So I can't stand the crazy one for cat though. Yeah, those cat ladies. But yeah, no, it's a great community. I totally get what you're saying about being more open and wanting to meet more people that way. I started doing Instagram because I wanted to meet more people because of COVID, right? So and we all got bored during COVID, and 90% of us did the same thing. We're all like doing the same thing, but it's those awesome relationships that you build along the way, right? That make you stay. And definitely, like I will always lend my support to the people of the toy community wherever I can, right? And I do my very dang best to do so, right? And that's why I'm doing this show, because I want to meet everybody and see like what brought you here. Like we all know what brought me here, toys. So right. So but now I really want to get more into toy photography too. So you guys are definitely get some things going, and I can't wait to like see what else you guys pump out, right? So anything you're super excited for coming up, like toy wise coming out, or announcements? There've been some pretty cool announcements this week.
The Creature from Black Lagoon. That NECA just.
Yeah, I know. I just.
Oh my god!
I saw it over my Instagram. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, I already tried to jump on there and pre-order the thing, but it's not out yet.
No, I know. It was like 3 hours. Like, yeah, I have to have him. I have the Jada toy ones, and it's pretty cool, the Jada toy ones. But I'm like, I need to have the NECA if you have everyone else. Now I'm hoping they do a grayscale version as well, though, because mine were all grayscale, and my Dracula is colored now. So I'm like, I'm gonna either try to complete it as a grayscale and have that one Dracula and find a grayscale Dracula if they do it, or I'm gonna have to start another color section. Right. Because I can't.
They have to though, because they've done grayscale on every other one.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They have to. I mean, I've got the grayscale Wolfman, the Mummy.
Yep.
I've still got to get the Dracula.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the Frankenstein. And then when they came out with the Creature from Black Lagoon, I was like, yes.
Oh, you have to have them all. I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan. I actually have like the creature's head sitting right next to me.
Nice.
And Frankenstein too. He's there too. So I collect Trick or Treat Studio masks. So I have like a huge love for Universal. So I have to have anything, and that and Elvira, because it kind of just goes like
I've got
hand
the
in hand,
the
right?
red dress I've got the red dress Elvira pre-ordered right now.
Was
When I
is
saw
it
her
tough
come
to get
out, got it.
pre-orders? Like, do you guys? Because I don't order anything online. I'm slowly starting to trust the whole online
Yeah,
system. Like, it was one thing I'm like, oh, you don't get packages that get lost. But do you find it's easy when you get your pre-orders? Do you guys wait and wait and wait and wait for 6 months, but yet it's still sitting on the shelf? Like, here, I could pre-order something, and
sometimes.
then the
Yeah,
store gets it like 6 months ahead of time.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if it's not out yet, then it's usually pretty good if you get in right away.
Okay.
It's but what like my biggest thing is I'm trying to find the Frankenstein Raphael, and
Okay. Got you. Yep.
I've had it on pre-order for like 4 months now, and it just stays on back order. Yes, that one. That is the
uh,
only one I'm missing. And
I I just got
I
Casey this week too, the Phantom of the Opera. So
did he come out?
yeah, I have him. I just got him the other day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll show him to you.
I'm gonna have to get him now too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
because I've got the Invisible Man Donnie on
yeah, I
pre-order.
can't find the rest of them. See, I've only found
Oh,
April, this guy, and Raphael so far. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that's him. So yeah,
yeah,
I know you can't.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get him because I've got, like I said, besides Frankenstein, I've got every other one of them.
Yep.
So yeah, I've got to get it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get it because like I'm kind of done with TMNT, but because it's Universal Monsters, I was like, I
Yeah,
have to have it.
yeah.
All right, so they kind of screwed me in that regard. I was like, no more, no more NECAs, and then I was like, then they did this to me, but I'm cool with it, right? Like
Yeah.
they're cool figures. I do appreciate them. I haven't taken a lot of photos with these ones yet, so maybe I'll get to it.
The photo I posted today for the turtles,
Yep.
for the Global Defenders of Plastics collab, was the first time that I was able to take pictures with the April, the Leo, and the Splinter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now they're out of the box and I've played with them. There's going to be a lot more pictures coming with them.
Oh, for sure. They're good. They're excellent figures for photos.
Yeah.
Like I have so many NECA photos on my camera, NECA and turtle photos, because my son has a lot of those big play sets that they have. So very easy to use them as backdrops, right? And other things.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, they photograph very, very well. And like they're not bad for posability and like standing up. Like I fight more with like my Marvel Legends than I do with my NECA to stand. So that's the one thing I will always appreciate about NECA is they seem, for the most part, 95% of the time, they're pretty on the ball, but there is those ones. No, I love those turtles. I do not collect the Toon Turtles. I do have some, but I said absolutely not. But the movie ones, like, chef's kiss, right?
No, I'm loving those ones.
No, they're great. So Splinter sucks. I really don't like the Splinter too much. He's very flimsy.
The movie Splinter?
The Splinter guy, movie one. Yeah, I don't know if you got him yet, but
no.
They've
got the Shredder Splinter pack on sale down here for like $33.
That's not bad.
So I'm tempted to buy it just to have it because they've got the April and the Casey Jones one as well for the same price.
Okay, yep.
I'm like,
the Farmhouse one,
I've got the turtles. I might as well get them. But there's these ones over here I really want. So
that was me. I was like, I have to finish the movie ones now. So like I got the baby turtles now and like the Casey and the Raph. But like even the Splinter is where I hated it the most because there was no peg holes for him and he was so flimsy and like his tail is weird. He doesn't stand up properly. Like mine just leans. Right. So I was like, way to go, NECA. Way to go, NECA.
And that's one of the reasons I held off because I look at his feet. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, there's no peg holes, at least in mine. I don't know if it's the same for everybody out there, but mine.
The Universal one does. I know the Universal one.
The Van Helsing one?
Yeah,
that's
Van
good.
Helsing one. Yeah.
That's good because I like the little black one probably, right? Because my Dracula came with like a tiny little black thing. It's like it's about time to put stands, but you think you could actually put a real stand in there, my friend? Like if McFarlane, right? McFarlane can do it. Just saying, right? Like my Mortal Kombat ones, They come with
Yeah.
stands, Spawn stands, right? It's like, I don't know, NECA. Right? I've always been on NECA about stands because I have so many NECA stands in my house. You got to buy them separately. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with all of these? Like,
Yeah,
I
because you
just
don't
need
need
the
them.
one, right?
Yeah.
Right. No, that's cool. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on and visiting,
Thank you
especially
for having
being
me
so
on.
small and new. No, it's amazing. I've loved everything you're doing. Is there anything that you have coming up or that you want to let us know about that you have going on that you can share with the community?
Well, don't forget about Toy Addicts, Black and Wednesday tomorrow.
Already forgotten.
Oh
Already,
no.
already forgotten. I don't know,
that
but
that one I look forward to every Wednesday. Friday, this Friday, Global
pick part.
Defenders of Plastic. It's going to be me, Vectus. I'm such
Uh-oh.
an ass. I forgot the other
I
guy's
think you got
name.
fired. I think they
Yeah,
just threw you
I
from the
think I'm
team.
fired. Hold on. I got this. But we're going to be taking over the pick bar.
I saw that.
And
Yes. I'll be watching. I usually watch on Fridays. So
oh my God, I'm such an ass on this. I will find these names. I will
yeah,
have these
that's
names.
okay. I saw it just recently. I had the computer up where it has a list of it too for the pick bar.
Yep. Oh,
I
here. Okay.
you got to
I
figure.
got the names.
Hello, El
Okay.
Tenda. Sorry if we have been missing some of the comments. It's been a really fun conversation. I've enjoyed it. So I'm just kicking out whatever comments you can see. Toy Addict does not like my blasphemous words about NECA, apparently, but he's like, yeah, it's number one. We know NECA is number one in your book, buddy. I'm well aware of that.
So
But thank you.
it's gonna be Gibbs Me Toys,
Okay.
Haunting the Nerd, Vectus Shots, and me. We picked out several people from our little chat community,
Mhm.
and we picked a lot of the people that have like under 1,000 followers to try to
Beautiful.
get them out there and
Yep.
get their pictures because there's a lot of the
There's a
people they
lot.
pick. Oh my God, they have such amazing pictures,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be really fun.
It's always
And
fun at the pick bar.
yeah, and
Always.
we were so
Always.
excited that they let us do that. Oh my God, it was an honor. So
Yeah.
really
No, it's
excited about
always fun.
that.
I had the honor of hosting the ladies' night, the
Nice.
first one they had with Smurfs and Rhett Photography. No, they're it's a fun night. It's
Damn
always
right,
fun.
Toy Addict.
Yeah. No,
Next to
they're
Mythic
good.
Legions. Sorry.
Pardon me?
Next to Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
Second
That,
number one
oh,
next
those
to
Mythic
Mythic.
Legions, I want them so bad. I need to start finding people in the States that can find them. And I'm like, just make a big box and we'll ship it at once because impossible unless I'm
Yeah.
going to like they charge an arm or leg out here. Like at least the person I found out here is like, dude, I'll charge you like $80 for this. And I'm like, sold. Because like the difference, right? I was like, that's worth
Yeah.
it to me because I'm gonna spend 120 online anyways. Right?
Definitely.
Sold, right? No shipping, nothing done, right? So no. Yeah. But no, I'm so glad. I will definitely check out the pick bar on Friday. Of course, they're awesome. That's all Blitz and all the boys over there
Yep.
and Thor and all that. Wednesdays, TA stuff
Yep.
happening, Toy Addict stuff, of course, is Black and Wednesdays. That's always fun. So I know that I'll see some shots from you tomorrow on
Oh
there.
yeah,
I'm going
definitely.
to try to participate. Keyword being try. I stayed up late last night taking photos and I was just like, I hate these, right? So I'm going to try to do some more since I don't have to get up as early for work. But so I'll look forward to seeing that tomorrow. And I can't wait to see your next Dio plan and, of course,
Yeah.
your future stuff. And you're more than welcome to stop by the collector sector anytime you want. You are
Thank you.
now a part of the Quadrant and the family. You are pop in anytime you want to share anything. Stay in touch, of course, as we usually do.
Definitely.
I want to see more photos. I will lend my support as much as humanly possible. And I do my best. Of course, there's some love. Of course, Toy Addict. Thank you guys for being here. You guys have been awesome. I know Donald probably appreciates it just as much as I do.
Definitely.
It's always great to see familiar faces in the chats and some new ones. So that's the good thing is like everyone here in this chat, we know how supportive they are, and you know that's what it's all about, is just supporting one another and
I love
having
it.
fun, right?
I try to push as many people's photos out there in my stories as much as I can, because that's the easiest way for me to promote people, is if I see your stuff, I'm putting it out there. I don't have that big of a following,
No,
but I'm still going to put it out there. I'm still going to try
no, no, and that's
to
what it's
get your
about.
stuff out there.
That's right. And that's what it's about. Like, I have a toy photography account that I use seldomly. But it's the same thing. Like, it's a small account. I'm not expecting anything of it. That's why my face isn't attached, because I'm like, well, if they don't know who it is, they can't be like, ha ha, ha ha. Right. And I'm like, no, it's someone different. But and that's the thing, right? Like, I share some stuff there that I'll share over on my page, and it'll be your stuff or someone I don't know. Right. And that's the thing. Like, you don't have to know these people to share them. You're just scrolling through Instagram. You're like, that is a beautiful shot. I'm going to share that for no reason today. You're not asking for anything in return in this community. And that's what I love the most, is you don't feel like it's just give, 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 and take, take, take. It's a mutual respect for each other. If you share something, typically someone will hit you up and share something or help you with something. And that is the best part about this community. So thank you for being a part of that community, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your little community, of course, and your Instagram. And if you need anything from me, of course, just hit me up. I am more than willing to do my thing, and I will definitely be hitting you up for a little more tips on your dioramas, because I saw your trees and I know how you did them, but there's a little bit more, right? But
Anytime.
I'm super stoked to see what you have next, right? So thanks so much for coming on. We'll talk super soon, but I'll let you go. I'll close off the show. Go kill it tonight. Go take some photos. Have fun. Thank you so much, Donald. It was such a blast. I'll talk to you so very soon.
All right. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Awesome. I so love meeting people in the community. It's been tough, obviously, over COVID for everybody. You know, we all kind of got pushed away from each other, our own family, our friends. So this is definitely a community where myself, and I know many other people, have felt very welcome and just very warmly welcome. So continue being as awesome as you guys are. Your support and appreciation from everyone, it doesn't go unnoticed. So if you're having a bad day and thinking that you're not doing great at your photography, or there's something, you're doing awesome. We're all have our bad days. Algorithm, this, like, don't care about this. It's all about having fun. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share it with your friends. Of course, tell people about us. We are welcome more people onto the show every single day, and we are overwhelmed by the amount of support from people. So keep going, guys. Keep it up. Stay amazing. You're all rock stars. With that being said, lots of love. Take care of yourselves.